Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Friday, February 9th, 2018. I'm Fredicia Liebert. Premier of Nevis and Minister of Finance in the Nevis Island Administration, the Honorable Mark Brantley, will present the 2018 budget address when the Nevis Island Assembly sits in chambers at Hamilton House on Monday, February 12th, 2018. According to the order paper outlining the events for the sitting from Clerk of the Assembly Mario Williams, President of the Assembly the Honorable Farrell Smithen will make his formal entry to the chamber, followed by prayers, taking of the oath of allegiance by new members, and a motion for the approval of the order paper as circulated. Following will be messages from Acting Deputy Governor General, Her Honor Marjorie Morton, then announcements by the President. Premier Brantley will then lay on the table the draft estimates 2018, followed by statements by ministers and personal explanations. The Honorable Minister of Finance will then introduce and read for the first time the Nevis Appropriation 2018 Ordinance 2018. Then will come public business, followed by Premier Brantley's move for the bill's second reading. The Minister of Finance will then outline fiscal measures for the ensuing year. Resolutions will follow. The final item on the order paper will be the adjournment. The Monday, February 12th sitting, which will commence at 10 a.m., will be broadcast live on Nevis Television, Channel 99, and streamed live via nevistvonline.com. Junior Minister of Health, the Honorable Hazel Brandy Williams, was among a number of persons who celebrated with Dr. Tyrone Gill on Wednesday evening on the occasion of the official opening of his membership healthcare facility, Rejuno Viva Medical Clinic. According to the facility's website, Rejuno Viva is a clinic dedicated to making higher quality, more affordable healthcare a reality for nationals and non-nationals of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis.
The Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the entire cabinet and the Premier, would like to congratulate Mr. Gill and his team on this very significant project that they have brought to Nevis. I am sure that you will agree with me. From what we have seen this evening, it is indeed a state-of-the-art facility, and we are indeed happy to have such a facility in Nevis. I am certain that we will become the envy of most of the Caribbean islands. I am certain as well that our hoteliers are happy to have such a facility in Nevis, so that when their guests are here, they have an option. And as the Master of Ceremony said, it is not a case that they are rivaling Alexander, but there is that option that you can go to this facility or you can go to Alexandria as well.
The Kathy Sweeney Lowe Foundation sponsored the launch of Rejuno Viva Medical Clinic at Yachtsman Grill.
For all of you who don't know him, is Dr. Tyrone Gill. And I met him at his clinic, which was just about to open. And I was inspired by his vision. And his vision is a vision which is to bring first-class medical facilities to this wonderful island that we all love. And he's put his money where his mouth is, and with his support of his lovely wife Julie, who is also a doctor, an OBGYN, and together they have set up this clinic. We have great ambitions for the future, not only to take this to its next level, but also to eventually bring medical tourism to this island. And to that end, we have several distinguished physicians down here who are visiting us from the United States, and we're in discussions with them at this moment to see how we can take that forward.
Rejuno Viva Medical Clinic is located on the first floor of the Social Security building at Pinnis Estate. Meantime, the planned $18 million expansion of the Alexandra Hospital, scheduled to be completed in 24 months, is expected to enhance the ability of the Nevis Island administration to deliver quality health care to all citizens and residents in Nevis and build upon the existing framework and infrastructure in this important sector. Delivering the NIA's throne speech on January 30th, Acting Deputy Governor General, Her Honor Marjorie Morton, noted that the Ministry of Health intends to expand the array of specialized services offered at the Alexandra Hospital and District Health Centers.
To complement the existing services presently offered at our main hospital, my government intends to install a CT scan machine to provide our healthcare professionals with a critical tool to properly diagnose patients. These substantial investments in providing a modern healthcare system for our people requires my government to allocate tremendous resources to this sector. Therefore, during this term, my government will seek to do a review of all fees and the charges throughout this sector to bring them in line with the increasing cost of providing this improved level of health care for our people. At every step in this review process, we will seek to ensure that the less fortunate among us are not put in a position where they are disadvantaged in any way or deprived of the opportunity to gain access to these specialized services.
The Nevis Island administration is also seeking to establish a full-fledged counseling unit within the Ministry of Health, headed by a qualified and experienced psychiatrist and supported by a full complement of counselors to respond to the needs of the people of Nevis.
My government is cognizant of the view that our people face great challenges from time to time in all aspects of their daily lives. These challenges can inevitably lead to depression and later develop into mental health issues. We are therefore committed to providing the necessary support structure and counseling services to assist our people to confront these challenges at an early stage. This hospital expansion project, coupled with the anticipated roll out of the National Health Insurance Scheme in 2018, are major priorities for my government in the area of healthcare in the near term. Exciting times lie ahead, and I charge all our healthcare professionals to bring their vast talent and energy to bear so that the Nevisian people can be the beneficiaries.
Still to come, compulsory training and teaching license soon required for teachers in St. Kitts and Nevis before entering the classroom. The details after this break.
As Minister of Foreign Affairs, my work requires me to travel quite often. When abroad, I stay in touch with Nevis and all that is happening here by using the Nevis TV mobile app or logging on to nevistvonline.com. I suggest you try it as well.
Hello, my name is Culturama, the Caribbean's greatest summer line. Most islands have their festival annually, but they call it Carnival. With all those shows, we fete and fun. We party from sun up to sundown. Everybody come now, show the world what we mean when we talk about Culturama. Rocks up, flags up, flags up. Time to wake up for the jam. We coming down early to be morn. Rocks up, flags up, flags up, flags up. Time to jump up in the band.
Welcome back. The Nevis Air and Seaports Authority, NASPA, will be given the task of managing the new water taxi pier at Orly Beach upon its completion. At a recently held environmental impact assessment of the construction of the water taxi pier, Chairman of the NASPA Board of Directors, Colin Dorr, said the facility will be of equally high standard of other NASPA facilities.
When we look at what is happening in Nevis, we realize that we are a tourism-driven country, and we are also recognizing that the water taxi operation, some years ago we thought it was a small entity. It is actually here to stay, and it's actually getting bigger. I must say to you, from where I sit at the Ministry of Finance, when I look at the number of applicants who are interested in offering water taxi service, it tells us that this is an area of development which persons are keen to get into. And therefore, as government, we have a responsibility not to wait until the whole thing has gotten beyond what we can manage, but to step out early, put the facilities in place. And I want to assure everyone the facility that will be put in place at Orly would have all the requirements of a port facility as it relates to security, safety, and all the other aspects.
Also at the EIA was General Manager of NASPA, Oral Brandy. Brandy spoke to the level of security that will be provided by NASPA at the facility.
We will have security officers there. In terms of the number of security officers, we would decide that eventually based on the need or the level of activity. And we would also have CCTV coverage to make sure that we cover as much as possible of the happenings around the area. And so that would be done. We would also have fencing that was mentioned earlier, which would be part of the project itself. We believe that that is necessary so that we can have proper access control. We can decide who gets into that area and who shouldn't be in the area.
The EIA was held on Tuesday, 6th February at the Franklin Brown Community Center. As part of the Education Sector Plan 2017 to 2021, prospective teachers will soon have to undergo compulsory training to be certified and obtain a license prior to entering the teaching sector. So noted Permanent Secretary in the Federal Ministry of Education, Vincent Hodge, while appearing on the government's weekly program Working for You on February 7th. By 2021, all teachers should be trained before they get into the classroom, said Hodge, as he explained that as part of the Education Sector Plan, the ministry is seeking to professionalize the teaching force in keeping with the Education Sector Plan's goal for professional development. He said teacher training will be continuous after teachers have been certified to maintain certain educational standards and keep their professional licenses. The Ministry of Education is working towards better management of schools, Hodge said, while noting that training is a vital part of creating an environment in which students can excel. He added that it is important for teachers to embark on continuous professional development. Some 30 police officers in St. Kitts and Nevis are better prepared to respond to emergencies and save lives after participating in a one-day first responders training workshop held recently. The session covered the basics of first aid, cardiopulmonary resuscitation (CPR), and using an automated external defibrillator. The officers came from several police units, however, most were drawn from the Special Services Unit and the Drug Unit. The session took place at the Police Training Complex and was facilitated by Edgar Bode, Director with Amalgamated Security Service Limited. According to a board, about 2 years ago, the company chairman gave a directive for training to be offered to police officers in the Caribbean region as a way of giving back to its partners and their officers. As a result, the company created a program called the Amalgamated Security Saving Lives Program, which offers Caribbean islands free training in life-saving techniques. Different levels of training have been developed, and a number of police services in several islands have already contacted the company to have sessions conducted for their officers, including the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force. All the police officers receive a certificate of participation, and those who pass will get internationally recognized certification. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Fredicia Liebert. Thank you for viewing.